Every morning when I wake up, the first thing I do isn't checking my phone or reading the news. I get up, walk slowly to the kitchen, and pour myself a glass of warm water. That's all. Yet it feels like a gentle greeting I offer to my body. After more than 30 years of medical practice, I've learned that health isn't just found in prescriptions or test results. It lives in those small, quiet moments, the moments when you truly pause to listen to your body. I once had a patient named Martha, 68 years old. She came to see me on a crisp autumn morning, her eyes blurred, saying that everything around me seems to be fading. It wasn't just her vision, it was her life. We didn't start with medication. We began by rebuilding a morning ritual, one she had forgotten for years. A glass of warm water, a slice of ginger, a few drops of lemon, and a deep breath. That's all. Simple. Yet after just a few weeks, Martha told me she could see more clearly. Not just with her eyes, but with her mind. I think about that often. At 60, I've realized that the human body is like a garden. If you tend to it every day with patience and care, it will know how to heal itself. But if you neglect it, force it, or rush it, it begins to wither. A glass of warm water in the morning isn't a miracle. It's a reminder. It tells your body, I'm still here, and I still care about you. Many people ask me, Doctor, can drinking warm water with lemon and a little honey really make a difference? I smile. Science has shown that our bodies respond powerfully to small, consistent rituals. Warm water helps activate the parasympathetic nervous system, reducing cortisol, the stress hormone, and naturally awakening metabolism. A few drops of lemon provide vitamin C to fight oxidation in the eyes. A bit of pure honey balances blood sugar, and ginger improves circulation, bringing oxygen to the brain and eyes. I'm not saying this will make you see like you did in your 20s, but I do believe that when you begin your day with mindfulness, things start to become clearer, not only in your vision, but also in your thoughts. Have you ever felt that you've been living too fast, moving so quickly that you've lost touch with your body's rhythm? Maybe your blurred vision is your body's gentle way of saying it's time to slow down. I remember one morning not long ago, sunlight streaming through my clinic window. An elderly woman sat in the hallway, holding a small glass of water, and said softly, Doctor, I still do what you told me. Every morning, I mix warm water, add a bit of lemon, and take a deep breath. I feel so peaceful. I looked at her, and in her eyes, I saw something glowing. Not just clearer vision, but faith. Faith that there's still something she can do for herself, even as the years go by. Sometimes we chase complicated methods, expensive treatments, and forget that our bodies already know how to heal. What they need is time, attention, and patience. Just like a small garden outside your door. You can't expect flowers overnight, but if you water it daily and care for it, one day you'll see green again. I'm telling you this not because I want you to believe immediately, but because I want you to try, just for a week. Every morning, before your coffee or breakfast, drink a glass of warm water with half a lemon, a spoonful of honey, and a few slices of ginger. Then sit quietly for a minute, just to breathe. Don't focus on the results. Think of it as giving yourself a gift, the gift of being present. Because at this age, the most precious thing isn't time. It's the quality of each moment you live. And sometimes, the clarity you've been searching for doesn't come from the outside, but from the very moment you choose to pause and say to your body, thank you for staying with me all the way to today. I want to tell you about something you've probably heard hundreds of times before, but maybe never truly felt. Every natural ingredient carries within it a story of healing. Let's start with lemon, a small fruit that holds the power to refresh the entire body. I often tell my patients, a drop of lemon in the morning is like switching on your body's internal system. Lemon supports liver function, helps the body flush out toxins, and provides vitamin C, something your eyes need more than ever. I remember an elderly gentleman named Peter, 72 years old. He once told me, Doctor, I thought my eyesight was fading just because I was getting old. But when I started drinking warm lemon water every morning, I felt more awake and the light seemed clearer. I didn't promise him a miracle, but I saw something science can't always measure. When people start caring for themselves, their bodies begin to respond in kind. Then there's ginger. I like to call it the gentle flame. At 60, I understand well the feeling of cold hands and feet, sluggish circulation, and a foggy mind in the morning. Just a thin slice of ginger in warm water can awaken your body from within. Ginger helps blood flow to every corner, from your hands and feet to your eyes. When the blood carries oxygen and nutrients to where they're needed, your vision sharpens and your mind clears. One of my patients, Linda, once said, "When I drink ginger water, I feel warmth not only in my body but also in my heart." I smiled because it's true. Ginger doesn't just warm the body, it soothes the spirit. And then there's honey, nature's sweet gift. Pure honey contains hundreds of enzymes, antioxidants, and minerals that reduce inflammation and nourish your cells. But what I love most about honey isn't its nutritional value. It's the feeling it brings. Gentleness, wholeness, and calm. When you stir a spoonful of honey into warm water, you're reminding yourself of something deeply important, that the sweetness of life is still there. Sometimes we just forget to taste it. Honey soothes the throat and calms the stomach. But more than that, it helps you start your morning with light, positive energy. Now let's talk about baking soda, something most people think of only for baking, yet few realize how it can help restore the body's natural balance. After the age of 50, our bodies tend to become more acidic, meaning the internal environment falls out of balance, leading to chronic inflammation and fatigue. Just a small pinch of baking soda in warm water can help neutralize acidity and support the immune system's proper function. A recent study found that baking soda can send signals to the splenic nerves, which control immune responses, telling the body to stop attacking itself. When I share this with my patients, they're often surprised, but I tell them, sometimes the simplest things are the most profound. Baking soda is like a gentle reset button for the body, helping you start fresh every morning. I often tell my patients, treat that morning glass of water not as a recipe, but as a ritual. Because when you do it with presence, when you watch the steam rise, when you hear the spoon gently touch the cup, when you take a deep breath before the first sip, the healing has already begun. You don't need to rush. You don't need to expect miracles. Just be consistent and allow your body to feel the care you're offering it. I've met many people who say, "Doctor, I've tried everything, yet I still feel tired." And I ask them, when you drink your water in the morning, are you really there? Or is your mind already running through your to-do list and unfinished worries? Health, in the end, isn't just the result of what you consume. It's the state you cultivate inside yourself while doing it. A glass of warm water with lemon, honey, ginger, and a touch of baking soda isn't just a blend of ingredients. It's a reminder that you can still do something kind for yourself each morning, something small, yet deeply loving. Let your body feel that again. Let your eyes see the gentle morning light once more. And let your mind remember, healing isn't about chasing youth, but about learning to live fully, right here, in the age you are. If you've ever felt your eyes growing dimmer, your memory not as sharp as it used to be, or your body slowing down with the passing years, I want you to know, it doesn't mean you're losing your vitality. In truth, your body is simply whispering, it's time for us to slow down a little. You see, at 60 or 70, we no longer crave the noise and rush of life. What we truly need is stillness, clarity, and the quiet assurance that we're still connected to ourselves. Each morning, as you hold a warm glass of water in your hands, I want you to pause for a few seconds. Feel the warmth spreading through your palms, the breath flowing gently in and out. Let your body understand, I'm still here. I still care. Because it's in that very moment, not in what you drink, but in how present you are, that true healing begins. I once had a patient, a 75-year-old woman who told me, "Doctor, I'm not sure if the lemon, ginger, or honey really helps my eyes. But ever since I started my mornings the way you suggested, I feel alive again." I asked her, "What do you mean by that?" She smiled and said, "I'm no longer in a hurry. I've started to notice the beauty in little things. I see more clearly now, not just with my eyes." That sentence stayed with me for a long time, because it's true. We don't just see with our eyes, we see with our heart. And when the mind is nourished, when we begin the day with gratitude instead of worry, with calm instead of haste, our eyes too become brighter, deeper, and kinder. Science can explain a lot, but there's one thing only experience can teach us. That a morning ritual is not just a form of self-care, it's an act of self-love. It's how you tell yourself, no matter what happens today, I will begin with gentleness. So tomorrow morning, when you wake up, don't rush to turn on the TV or check your phone. Go make yourself a glass of warm water. Squeeze in half a lemon, add a thin slice of ginger, a spoonful of honey, and if you like, a pinch of baking soda. Take a deep breath, drink slowly, and simply whisper to yourself, I am healing. If you do this every day, not out of obligation, but because you truly want to live better, I believe that within a few weeks, you'll start to feel the difference, not only in your eyes, but in the way you see life itself. You know, growing older isn't an ending. It's just a new chapter, one where we learn to see more clearly, move more slowly, and love ourselves more deeply. And sometimes it all begins with a single warm glass of water in the morning. If what I've shared today touches you, if you feel inspired to start your mornings in a different way, a gentler and deeper way, then give this video a like. Not for me, but for yourself, for the new journey you're about to begin. And if someone comes to mind, maybe an old friend, a loved one, or your parents, someone who's also struggling with blurry eyes or quiet fatigue each morning, share this video with them. Because who knows, just one glass of warm water, one peaceful moment, might change an entire day or even an entire life. Every week, I share simple, natural, science-backed ways to help you see more clearly, think more brightly, and feel more connected to yourself. So if you haven't yet, hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell. Not to chase information, but to nurture peace in every morning you wake up to. Thank you for staying with me until the end of this video. I'm Dr. Robert, and I want to remind you of something simple. Be kind to your eyes, be kind to your body, and most importantly, be kind to yourself. I'll see you in the next video, where we'll talk about an ancient Greek food that helps keep your eyes moist and bright in just 10 days. Until then, keep smiling, take a deep breath, and start every morning with a warm glass of water and a heart full of gratitude.